Hi, everyone. So, let me know if everything's working because I tried to switch my camera on earlier on the live stream and it wouldn't let me, so I've had to start a new one. Hello, Rich. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry about the kerfuffle. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Yeah, sorry, delusional. I have no idea what happened. It was so annoying. My camera just wouldn't switch on, so I had to make a new stream. So here I am. Oh, you can hear me. Okay, good. Oh, my face looks really big on this in this camera. Let me just there. That's a little less intense, that light. How are we all doing? Oh my god, there's 30 people watching now. Wow, that was quick. Welcome everyone. Hello from France. Oh, bonjour. I've still never been to France once in my life, and it's really annoying me now that I've never been at least once because there's so much amazing art in France that I really want to see. So I need to sort that out. Paul from Indianapolis. Hello. What time is it in America at the moment or in Indianapolis? You're trying to sleep? Well, sleep then. What are you doing watching this? 200K? I know so. Oh, let's hope so. That'd be good. Yeah, speaking of which, this is why I'm here. I wanted to say thank you so much, everyone, for getting this channel to 150,000 subscribers. Well, technically, it's 154,000 now, which is mad. I can't even keep track. It's just going up and up, and it's just amazing. The support is incredible. So thank you. And yeah, I didn't have anything major planned for tonight. I did want to talk about one particular subject, but um the most I want to do tonight is just say hi to you guys and thank you. And uh yeah, just get to know you guys because there's a lot more of you now than last time, since the last time I checked. So and he says, "What's up, bro? What's up, bro?" Hola from Arizona. Blue and green slacks. Is that? At first, I thought it said blue and green snacks, and I was like, that doesn't sound particularly appetizing. Wait, can I send my art your way? Of course you can. Let me put my email address in the chat real quick. And also, I'm going to leave a link to my Discord because if you're not a member of the Blind Dwellers Art Club yet, then you should be. So I'm going to send a link for that as well in a minute. I know how to spell. Hang on. So that's my email address there. It's added my username. That's really weird. But yeah, that's my email address there. And let me grab you the Discord real quick because again, like um a lot of the time I like talking on and getting to know you guys a little bit better on the Discord. So it'd be really good if more of you guys can join that, get some art tips and things like that, some art gossip. So let me just whack that in the chat real quick. So if you're not part of that, join it now. I've just put the link in there. Paul says, "Love your channel." Oh, thank you, thank you so much, Paul. Good life advice for a 22-year-old. Yeah, don't compare yourself to other people your age. Because that's what I did when I was 22, and it made me very depressed and very, it gave me a bit of an identity crisis. So don't do that. Celebrate your uniqueness is the best advice I can give you. Would be cool to see you draw for a bit. Oh, Arrow, I'd absolutely love to. I'll be well while we're here. I might as well say, I've got a really bad back problem at the moment. I completely scuffed my back a day or two ago, and I have no idea how. I must have just have the most uncomfortable bed ever. So I'm trying my best not to move too much. And I know that whenever I draw, I need to get myself into a certain, comfortable position. I need to sit upright, and to do that is very painful right now. So maybe next stream I'll do some drawing for sure. But for now, I just really want to chat to you guys, and I want to talk about a particular subject that's been bugging me recently. And I'm sure if any artists are watching, it will probably be bugging you as well. But we'll get onto that in a minute. First, I just want to warm up things, say hi to you guys. Just to let you know, you're doing a great job on these videos, bro. So fascinating. Keep going. It's very inspiring for me. Oh, good. No problem, Wolf. Oh, well, thank you very much. I'm glad that it is inspiring because I find trying to find a genuine place to get inspired to do creative things is getting harder and harder nowadays. So I'm hoping I'm making some bit of difference. I love your username, delusional jellyfish. Oh, so delusional jellyfish might be onto what I'm about to talk about. Um, yeah, delusional jellyfish might have worked it out. So, okay, I'm want to talk because I have been, yeah, like delusional jellyfish just alluded to. I have been speaking in the Discord about this. I want to talk about AI art because AI, everything in general, like from AI art, like DALI, for example, that's the most well known one, to AI movie scripts, to AI music. It's becoming more and more normalized. Now, okay, I want to start off this kind of discussion with a question to you guys. How do you feel like if you're a working artist or if you want to pursue a career in art, how do you feel about AI at the moment? Do you feel it's potential competition? Do you think it's something that we should be worried about, basically? What do I think about AI art? Whew. Oh, I will tell you in a minute, that's for sure. I just want to see what you guys think. Let me know in the chat. Savage the Gentleman. Oh, hi. I recognize you. You're in the Discord. Yeah, he says, I feel AI is strange to me. Yeah, it's very strange. I agree with that. Stalker Baby Child. Again, great name. I think that sort of AI will get shut down eventually. Interesting. Um, Chocolate Anime Girl says, I can't include meaning. And Chlorine Clean says it scares me. Yeah, you know what? That is generally my kind of feeling on AIR. I'm kind of scared of it. I find we are being too passive as artists about it. I'll get more into reasons why in a minute. But I've been seeing loads of articles recently, right? Um, some uploaded to the internet as early as like a few days ago. Like this article I'm looking at right now, which literally says, "Dear artists, do not fear AI image generators." That's the headline. Let me put that in the chat, actually. Let me put this article in there so you guys can have a read as I'm talking about it. Bear with me. Because I find articles like this really fascinating. Um, because from the most part, I've found that AI art or people who are trying to say, don't fear AI art, artists, don't worry, it's nothing to worry about. I find most articles that are like that are normally tech advocates. They're advocates for technology. And so am I. I love technology when it works. Tonight, for example, I had a massive problem trying to get my stream started. But, so I don't always get on with um with technology, but I do feel that it's beneficial in a lot of areas. However, I think it should stay as far away as humanly possible from creativity. I think creativity should stay. Personally, I feel for me, what I feel is that creativity should stay as a human concept. It should be, that should be what differentiates us from technology. That should be our unique standpoint. That should be what separates us from it. But the fact that we're trying to, um, we're trying to normalize something that is automated. We're trying to, kind of cut corners and make shortcuts when I feel what kind of goes hand in hand with art is the struggle. The struggle is part of it. That moment when you sit down and you're painting something and it isn't quite working, or if you're writing a song and it's not quite getting there, like, artists, come on, we've all been there, right? But that's part of the process. That's what makes art so amazing once it's eventually finished. But AI doesn't have that experience, and also AI is not coming from a human life. What I mean by that is that it's not had whenever you get AI to create something, it's not coming from a life experience. It hasn't grown up, it hasn't gone through awkward times at school, it hasn't been broke, it hasn't been heartbroken, it hasn't had any experiences like that. Therefore, no matter what it creates, it's nothing. It's empty, it's completely devoid of human emotion. And I can't understand why we would lap something up like that so willingly. You know what I mean? So I think, oh, you guys have said a lot in the meantime. I've just been waffling on. Let me go through. But yeah, that's my general feeling of it. So it would be good to see what you guys think. Um Lena, sorry. Lena Leon says, I don't think so. Art styles are very individual. An AI can uh appropriate a style. Yeah, appropriate a style, but an artist's style is uniquely theirs. That's what I think anyway. Yeah, again, I agree with you. But here's the messed up thing, right? Just to focus on that point for a second. This is how it works. If you have an AI app, like the one I've got on my phone, which I've been testing out just to see, what the fuss is about, um, it asks you to put in prompts in like a word search kind of bar. And you can literally put in Francis Bacon, for example, and it will bring up like a perfect, almost like a lost painting by Francis Bacon. Like it's almost scary how accurately it can replicate someone else's style. But here's my question to that: Isn't that technically plagiarism? Like, what if someone takes that as an end product, goes to a gallery or whatever, and says, "Yep, this is my thing," but he's used other artists as a prompt? Like, surely that's not okay. Like, surely we need to put our foot down at that point, right? Sarah sorry I'm late. No, don't worry. I was having a problem with the original stream anyway, so this is a brand new one. So you're the lucky one. But yeah, that's a very good point, Lena. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name. I'm terrible at names, especially 10 o'clock at night. um, a user here named M says AI art will never replace human made art, in my opinion. Completely agree with that, but you never know because people thought photography wouldn't catch on. And look where we are. Carlos Castro says, I have a question. Do you plan on? Oh, okay. Slightly off topic here, but I'll answer this. Do you plan to make a video on the taste of pomegranate film? Huh. I'm gonna have to Google that. Unless you can explain, unless you can clarify in the chat what that means. I've never heard of that. Pomegranate film. Hmm. Also, I really love what you do and keep it up. Oh, thank you. Nebula Blaze. Hi, Nebula. She says, I find AI art on its own as an interesting pursuit into AI space and the possibilities of learning AI. Yeah, I agree. What I can't approve of, she says, is or he says, sorry, I don't know. Um, what I can't approve of is how freely it's being used for malicious intent. Well, yeah, like I said, people might be using it for plagiarism because no one's putting their foot down. No one's regulating this. This is why I'm saying, should we be worried? Um, Orange Owl says, I would say art as a representation of an artist cannot be replicated by an AI as they have no experience or context to lend to a piece. However, on a superficial level, I think it is quite concerning. Yeah, couldn't have put it better myself. So, okay, I'm going to get through a couple more questions, but I don't know if you saw that article that I just left a link for because I've been reading through a bit of this before I gone on to do the chat, the live stream. Sorry, and I find this journalist fascinating because she starts off by comparing it to other kind of scares that we've had. So in 1992, the poet Anne Carson published a little book called Short Talks. It's a series of micro essays ranging in length from a sentence to a paragraph on seemingly disconnected subjects: orchids, rain, the mythic Andean vicuna. What's this word, everyone? I'm going to put this in the chat. I've never seen this before. I don't know if it's from another. I don't know. Looks Spanish to me. But anyway, um, her short talk on the sensation of airplane takeoff is what it sounds like. Her short talk on trout is most likely about the types of trout that appear in haiku. See, I'm already lost. In what passes for the book's introduction, Carson writes, with dry Canadian relatability, I will do anything to avoid boredom. It is the task of a lifetime. Right about when she published that, the internet started to take off. Okay. So what she's saying is that she's using this kind of a similar argument that artists are kind of making about AI art, but she's comparing it to writers with that of the internet. Am I getting that right? I'm a little bit confused by that opening paragraph, if I'm honest. But yeah, just going vicuna. Oh, it's an animal. Oh, that looks like a llama or a alpaca or something. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, going back to your questions. Sorry, I'm just coming up. There's 62 people watching now. I just realized. Wow. Welcome everyone. Welcome. I promise I'll try to get to as many of your questions as possible because that's what I'm here for. Where was I? Ah, the real flame. Here we go. Right, I'm up to speed now. I think AI art, the real flame says, could be great to create some sort of concept for art commissions. Yeah, now this is what I like about AI art. For me personally, this is what I think is beneficial about it. AI art is great for coming or for helping with like inspiration or with like creative block. I find like if you have a rough image in your head but you want to kind of fine tune it, I reckon AI art could be useful for that. You know, I reckon it can help you sort of break a certain barrier every once in a while. You know, not necessarily using it as a solution but more as a tool to find a solution. But this is a thing, real flame, I think. For the most part, people are abusing uh, the technology to, use whatever prompt they come up with as like a finished product, rather than actually, looking at an image for reference. In fact, there was one article I was looking at earlier this week that was talking about this children's book author who's using AI art to create pictures for his children's book. That in itself probably cost an illustrator potential money, don't you think? Awoke says, I'm not really in Vosh, but he did a whole segment on AI art, which I thought was good. Basically proved how sociopathic and meaningless this capitalist system is making everything. Yes, that I do agree with. I mean, I'm not quite sure of a video. I haven't seen the video, but I agree with that point. I'm not a fan of capitalism at all, personally. I think there are definitely ways we can um, create a new system, but we're just choosing not to. But that's a whole other thing. But yeah, I agree that capitalism in general is making people lazier because I I strongly believe this that the most profitable business in now, today's society is convenience. Whatever makes your life as convenient as possible, like whatever product can do that in whatever means, is going to make a killing. Like it's going to make so much money, and I feel that's sort of where AI art is leaning towards slightly so far. Anyway, Arrow Navator says lots of problems with AI art is that AI references art that has been posted on the internet. Yeah, again, a plagiarism problem there. I think. Uh, sorry about this. I'm trying to pronounce this. Um, Jib Jibdo Sinclair says AIR is the type of art Paul Joseph Watson should be wrestling against. I don't know who that is. Sorry. Definitely Grace says, is it creativity if it's AI? I'd say no. Yeah, I say no as well. I don't think it is creativity. I mean, it is to a certain extent if you think putting in prompts in a word search on the app is creative, but really isn't. There's no blood, sweat, and tears in it. I feel being creative is not just about putting your thoughts on paper or whatever. It's about going through a journey. It's about going through trial and error. It's about spending years trying to perfect and improve and specialize your own style and fine tune it and having a real tough time with it along the way. But that only makes it far more satisfying at the end of the tunnel when you do become successful. But again, AI art takes that away, but it takes away the struggle, it takes away the journey. And I know that sounds really pretentious, but it's true. Like I find a lot of the songs or drawings or whatever that I've done that I'm most proud of and videos that I'm most proud of are the ones that I've spent the most kind of time and effort on, the ones that I've really like, you know, pulled my hair out over, but finally I managed to get it done and release it and then everyone likes it. And, to me, that's so satisfying. And I don't know why you'd want to take that away from people other than what I was saying earlier about convenience. Um, Trigger warning, good name, says, hey, tech violates rights. It's okay. Yeah, it does, but that doesn't mean we have to make it normal. You know what I mean? We don't have to normalize it. We can stop now if we want to. Capitalism is the reason AIR exists. Again, yeah, I agree. Robert Hill says it defines derivative. Oh, that's a very capitalist word, isn't it? Nothing beyond the easily imagined, along with a bunch of hooks. Being so persuasive is its major giveaway. AI is the man behind the eugenics curtain. Recognized propaganda. Wow. Well put, sir. Creamy says the greatest art is the human life itself. All art derives from it. Exactly. Exactly. So, what thrill are we going to get out of AI doing anything? Other, what my definition of AI is a robot or a system or a piece of technology that imitates humanity. That is my kind of very narrow definition of it. Because when you think about it, it is. It's trying to replicate human, a human approach to a certain problem. It's using, it's imitating the way a human brain works, and that's scary. Like, imagine living in a world like where you put on your radio and you're driving in your car, and all you can hear on the radio is AI written music. That would be awful. Like, wouldn't that be awful? Where's the wonder? Like, where's that vital human connection gone at that point? You know, I feel we have had enough time with technology now to learn the risks of it. But I suppose you know, the only thing we've learned in history is that history repeats itself. So what can you do, I guess? Um, sorry, I'm just looking for your chats again. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. I really appreciate that everyone wants to spend their Friday night with me. And again, thank you so much. Like I said, thank you for getting us to 150K subs for this channel. Like, it, it's amazing that you guys still find me interesting, if I'm honest. Evergreen says, "Hey, what's up?" Hey. Fiddle Wheel X says AI art has the potential of making the art making process into a fast food experience. Now that's an interesting way of putting it. That is interesting. I never, yeah, that's very true. Which is why we should be careful about it and voice our concerns about it. Yeah, like I said, I think we're being way too passive. We're being way too about the technology side of it rather than the actual moral implications, which should be our, to be honest, our default kind of reaction. It is for me anyway, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just too cynical. Um, yeah, by the way, if anyone actually does rate AI and if they feel like it can add some benefit to artists, I'd love to hear your thoughts because I'd really love to hear, I don't know, some reassurance might be nice, because for the most part, I just see it as really dangerous and really scary. Def Dealer says this channel is going to grow even more. Oh, I hope so. I really hope so. Because I've got way more stories to tell. I've got so many video ideas lined up, and the script I'm working on at the moment. Oh my god, I cannot wait to release my next video. You guys are going to love it. I'm not going to give away too much. Some of you might already know, to be fair, especially if you're on Discord. Um, but I can't wait to show you. It's going to be so good. You will love this artist. You will absolutely love this artist. Not so sure I could be reassured. Yeah, agreed. Siphon says, I don't normally like seeing faceless channels' faces, but your face makes the channel better, I feel. Oh, thank you. That's really nice. I don't know. I just have a face. And I don't really like showing my face that much, if I'm honest. I love talking. I love to tell stories. That's kind of like my happy bone in my body. But it's not, basically, I don't have a personal Instagram. I don't even have a personal Facebook anymore. All the social media I use is for this channel and my band, and that's it. It's not in my nature to show my face on the internet. Like, it's not normally something you know, I don't know. It doesn't feel natural to me, basically, to kind of go, get my phone out and show my face for a selfie and all that kind of thing. I don't like it. I prefer having a real human interaction, basically. But I like the fact that every once in a while you guys don't mind seeing my face. If I've do a live stream and everything. That's really nice to know. So thank you. Yeah, I'm in a band. Yeah, my band's called In Disguises. Let me put that in the chat as well. Um, we've got a new song coming out on the way, actually, which I'm very excited about. If you look us up, there we go. That's my band name. If you look us up on Spotify, you'll find our music. Our latest song is called "Take It Back." I think. I've lost track of our songs now. Anne Marie says, "Hi, hi, hi, hi. So nice to see you live. Thanks for all the great content lately." Oh, you're welcome. No problem. More to come. Trust me. Nebula Blaze says, on a happier note, I did want to say I greatly appreciate your content. Oh, thank you, Nebula. Every video has helped me pass hours at work while I do various tasks. Oh, that's good. On top of that, I get to learn many a thing. How lovely. Oh, yeah. I find whenever I go on YouTube, the thing I want to do the most is just like kind of watch something documentary esque and just kind of learn about something, you know. So I'm glad. Oh, hi, Private Wiggles. Fancy seeing you here, mate. Private Wiggles is my drummer in my band, by the way. Everyone say hi to Private Wiggles. It is Take It Back, You Lemon. I can't keep track, mate. I can't keep track of all our banging tunes. What can I say? Fiddle Wheel X says, "For my sake, I love using AIR as a way to get great ideas." I agree. Me too. I feel that is actually a genuine plus side to AIR. I really do. Um, love using it as references and to find new ideas. Yeah, now you see that is fine. That I think is actually a very good idea and a very beneficial way to use an AI app as a tool. But I've seen it for myself. I've seen how easy it is. If you just type in the right amount of words, it'll come up with an image that is more or less just what you were thinking about. And it's scary how accurate it can be sometimes. But don't be tempted. Don't be lazy. Don't be pedantic about it. If it gives you an image, replicate it, especially if it's someone who works better drawing from life or from photographs. It's more or less the same thing, in my opinion. Your star is definitely rising, says Sarah Hurst. Your channel is doing famously. Oh, thank you, Sarah. Appreciate that. Creamy says, I love using AI to prompt it copy and paste. Did you mean copy and paste? Or did you literally mean copy and pastas? Or long walls of text I get as messages from people and see what it comes up with. Yeah, me too. Def Dealer says, yes, I love documentary. I like videos from here. Yeah. I think YouTube is, one thing I love that, it's sort of becoming a new I in a way, a new kind of TV station now, YouTube. It's like almost becoming a go-to place for new content, or new documentaries or anything like that. And it's yeah, like I love the fact that YouTube is like that now and it's not just cat videos, It's come a long way. Oh, hi, Meow Nova. Nice to hear from you. She says, my parents were really happy that I was featured. Oh, that's so good. I'm glad they enjoyed it. I hope they did. S says, you deserve the immense audience you're growing. You're a very kind and intelligent person. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I try to be. Is anyone drinking anything tonight? It's Friday night after all. Anyone out on a lash? I'm having some Shiraz. It was on offer in the supermarket and it's absolutely delicious. AI is very cool but very scary. I agree. Kagan says, "Have you heard about AI art winning first place in some art competition?" Yes. In fact, Private Wiggles in the chat mentioned that to me not too long ago about that very incident. It pissed off a lot of artists. Yeah, I am not surprised. Like, how disgusting is that? Like, this is exactly what I mean. Like, is AI art becoming that? Something that artists can use to cheat with? That's ugh, that just rustles my gym jams. Really does. It's so wrong. Like, especially given the fact that so many artists out there, like I said, spend years improving and perfecting their craft. Imagine if an artist like that went to that competition and lost because of that. Like, ugh. Where was that, by the way? Was that in America or in Europe somewhere? Don't know if you know, Kagan. Dunce Dog Music says, "Congrats, mate." Thank you. Thank you very much. Uh, Ribko says, "I have a STEM and art background. I can say most roads are paved with good intentions." Yeah, definitely. But there is something so human to us trying to recreate with a group already with plans on how to exploit it. Yeah, well, I mean, that's capitalism, isn't it? Capitalism is basically exploitation. Or as was it Michael Moore who did a documentary on capitalism? People are very split down the middle with Michael Moore, but I thought it was a very on point documentary. I think it was on Netflix or something. I thought it was really good, really well put together, and quite funny as well. Like, he's got a great sense of humor. Oh, is it Friday afternoon for you? Oh, okay, no drinking yet. No drinking yet. Too early. Whiskey and Coke for me? Nice. Definitely Grace. I agree with that. I agree with that so hard. Aaron, the camera guy, says, "I've watched your Betchinski video many times. Thanks for the great work." Oh, thank you, by the way. Thank you very much. But you just reminded me. Betchinski, that's a very interesting point. While we're on the topic of AI art, because I was not expecting so many comments on that video that I did on Betchinski, right? Saying, "Oh, this looks like AI art," or "Oh, this looks like something Dali did," as in Dali, the AI app. And it, uh, it feels kind of insulting. I don't know. I don't know how to respond to comments like that. Betchinski was one of the greatest of all time, one of the greatest of all time, in my opinion. And I get it. Not everyone is, that familiar with that kind of side of art. I completely understand, but it's worrying how many comments I'm seeing. They're saying, "Oh, this looks like AI art," or something that an AI app came up with. It's like, off, just piss off. Like, I don't know. It seems really borderline insulting to say that. And Ken Curry as well. The video I did on Ken Curry, same thing. Loads of comments saying the exact same thing. Death Dealer says, "If he was alive today, I'm sure he would test AI art." No? Yeah, of course he would. Yeah, I think he would. In fact, some artists who are alive today, who I look up to, have tested it as well. Absolutely. However, I think he would. I mean, who am I to presume? But like, I think in the grand scheme of things, he would also see some worrying sides of it. Because again, he spent years and years perfecting his craft, and if he found out a bunch of people were stealing his style via an AI app, ugh, I think no matter what kind of walk of life or what kind of belief system you have, like, that's gonna grind your gears a bit. Port Pereira's here. Hi, Port Pereira. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Says, I really like what you do. We'll send a contribution real soon. Oh, exciting. Yeah, send me an email. It's getting really hot in here, so be right back. I'm just gonna turn the fan on. Okay, can you still hear me? And if that's too loud, let me know. The microphone's facing away from the fan, so it should be okay. But if it's too loud, just let me know. AI art will never hold up to the standard of real artists that are really talented, Port Pereira says. AI follows patterns. Humans follows their talent and inspirations. Yeah, exactly. And all AI does is imitate that. I mean, when does it stop? Like, when do we draw the line? I guess is the question. When do we like? Are we literally going to come to a point where we have competition with non-people? You know, is it really going to come to that point where we're going to have to consider a non-person, like an AI thing, as direct competition? It's a losing battle. If that is the case, if that's what we're lined up for, then it's we're gonna lose because AI is made to improve. That's part of the whole thing is that it learns over time. I don't know. It just feels like sci-fi movies are coming true, and it's really scary. Junior Coltrane says the best art comes from angry artists. Sometimes, I mean, I generally speaking, I relate more to art that comes from a hurt place because, like, Brian Lewis Saunders put it perfectly. He says it's the tortured people who give a shit. It's the tortured people who care, and I completely get that because they're doing it not just because they want to, but because they have to. It's a way of them unloading their inner demons and that part that they can't hold inside of them, or turn off like a tap. But I've seen some art that is, happy and optimistic, which I've really liked. It depends, really. It's kind of like when you're listening to. I know I always do this on this channel, but I can't help it because I was a musician before I even did any of YouTube stuff. But whenever I listen to a song, I have to be in a certain mood for it. I can't just be in a good mood and listen to a depressing song. If I'm in a good mood, I want to listen to a happy song, or vice versa. If I'm feeling down, I want to listen to something that will make me feel like I'm not the only one who thinks these things. That's the beauty in art and music for me. Is the fact that it allows you to connect to people in a way, in such a way, and you don't have to meet up with them. You don't even have to talk to them, but you just instantly get them, just from the lyrics or from the imagery alone. And I think that's a really powerful thing. But yeah, what we're going to do in like 50 years' time, are we going to go like, this AI gets me, man? you know, this AI knows you know, what I've been through, man. This AI gets me. It just doesn't add up. Listening to Radiohead in a happy mood. Again, Radiohead have some happy sounding tunes. I'm not the biggest Radiohead fan, though, I've got to say. It's Jose Luis Ordonez, the guy who I really struggle to say his name every time I do a shout out at my videos. How you doing, Jose? Good to speak to you. You were on a chat last time. You were in the members chat last time. I remember you. At the time, he says, at the time it was inverted photography was the painter's killer. But in the end, it just became its own thing apart from paint. AI is just a new tool. Ah, okay. Let's talk about that point for a second, because that's an interesting thing you raise there, Jose. I agree somewhat that it should be seen as a new tool, but some people out there are saying that it's like a completely new medium. It should be seen, oh, it's just like, it's just a different way of doing art. It's just a brand new medium. No need to be scared of it. And it's like, well, hang on. If that's the case, then why is it imitating actual physical mediums such as oil paints or watercolors or digital art or anime? You know, anime is a style of art, and oil paint is an actual medium, whereas AI art is an imitation. It's imitating these things. So I think it should just be seen, maybe if it gets to that point, as a whole separate art form instead of a separate medium or a separate tool. I don't know. What do you guys think? That's my personal 2 cents anyway. What kind of wine is that? I have Merlot. Oh, very nice. I do love a Merlot. Well, this is Tristan is Shiraz. Um, it's an Australian Shiraz. I can't remember the name. It was on offer though, and it's very, very tasty and very. It's got a lot of body to it. I like really sort of I don't like dry wines. I hate white wine. I mean, I'll drink it if it's there, but I'd rather like I love red wine. Like it's my favorite. And this one has just lots of body and it's very fruity and not too dry. Oh, it's amazing. Very delicious. Shiraz is for the weak? What are you talking about? Please elaborate, Akaza. I just recognize all my entire band is stalking me tonight. I know who Akaza is. Hi, how you doing, mate? Thank you for joining me tonight. I thought you were going out tonight. What are you doing here? This is crazy. My entire band's stalking me. They're proud of you. Yeah, I agree. They are. They're my best mates, so it's one of the coolest things about being in a band actually is the fact that it's not just you're writing music, you're doing it with your best mates, you're doing it as a gang. There's a real kind of camaraderie about it. It feels, don't take the piss, by the way, Akaza. But this is genuinely what I feel about playing in a band is that, it's you're you're connecting with the music whilst doing it with your mates, and there's nothing like it in the world. Is basically what I'm saying. Yay, the cheesiness. Junior Coltrane says the best artist will never be discovered because they never leave their homes or share their art around. What do you mean? That's not true. That is not true. Like, the people who I feature on this channel have, sent me art via email. Like, this is one thing one thing about technology which is a plus side is the fact that it allows you to do that. What kind of music are you playing? Okay, so if you're still watching, what would you say our type of music is? You got 10 seconds. It's best you don't know. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna say it's like it's like electronica mixed with hardcore metal. is what I'd say. You haven't tried good wine until you try Spanish wine. Ooh, facts. I do like Spanish wine. Um, I tried this Portuguese red wine not too long ago, and it was so good. Ghost in the Snow says, how does one get into dealing art? My sister works hourly at a gallery, but wants to get a spot where she can make commission on stuff. You know, that whole side of the art industry is something to be honest with you, I have no idea, and I think that's the reason why I like doing um YouTube videos on art is because it allows a kind of alternative to the gallery. At one point, that was literally the only place you go and see art would be a gallery, you know? Whereas I like the fact that, there's ways that you can promote local bands and local music, but there's not many things that exist out there that can help promote local painters and local sculptures and things like that. That's why I decided to do independent artist videos because I feel like that could be a potential alternative. Because you're right, it's confusing where you get started in the whole gallery side of the art world. Even to me, it kind of eludes me if I'm honest. But best of luck to your sister, and if she has any files that she wants to send me, email them over to me. Good thing about the internet is that we have the possibility to known artists from around the world more easily than ever. Exactly. Exactly. You see, technology, as much as I like moaning about it most of the time, it does have its benefit. It does have its benefits, especially nowadays when we're supposedly more connected than ever. But there's um well, I might as well tell you now. With the video that I'm working on at the moment, the artist mentions how we're more connected than ever, but we're socializing with each other a lot more than ever, but we're doing it alone. Think about it. We're all doing it behind a screen. We're all tapping on our phones at night behind a screen. We're all watching things from behind a screen. You're watching me right now behind a screen. And I find that's, again, a very scary concept in the grand scheme of things, don't you think? Will you be doing another video about independent artists? Yeah, I will be. Not for a while yet. I need to get a few more videos out there first, but I will. I mean, it's an ongoing series, so I'll always be doing that. Those videos. Sorry if my camera keeps shaking. It's on a really weird stand at the moment, which is kind of that might not make it shake as much, but yeah, independent artists will always be a thing on this channel because like I say in those videos, discovering new art makes my world go round. You know, is what gets me up in the morning. It's a generally sad thing to see underrated artists go unnoticed, though. It is. Everything is at the service of the media. Oh, that's an interesting point. My dad is a painter and he decorates funeral homes and clinics mostly. Wow, that must be an interesting job. God, he must have seen a few things. Junior Coltrane says technology has created new worlds and possibilities. It's more good than bad. Yeah, I mean, to a certain extent. Um, but I just don't think that human beings are good at keeping a healthy balance. That's my concern. Not to be a negative ninny. Nanny, Nonny, Nini. Oh God, I think this wine's catching up with my head a bit. 12 says there's something magical about seeing the painting or sculpture in person, though. That's a good point. It's a whole different feeling. I remember feeling so moved when I saw Renoir's, sorry, the umbrella in person. Wow. Yeah. I kind of like to see that in person as well, actually. You know what? Now that I mention it, when I saw Michelangelo's David for the first time, I can't explain to you how blown away I was. Like when you see Michelangelo's David up, up close, it's incredible. Like it really is. Like I never realized it was that colossal for statue. And when I first saw that, when I must have been like what 11 or 12 when I first saw it, and it was in London, and it was mind boggling. So I have to agree with you. And there's certain, like, for example, whenever I see Caravaggio, whenever I see his paintings in the gallery, people have, you know, who have gone with me to galleries have tried dragging me away from paintings, which apparently I'd end up looking at for like half an hour at a time. Like, I spend ages looking at Caravaggio paintings. Like, he is probably one of my favorites. I should do a video on him soon, actually. I'm surprised I haven't done that yet. Proportion of David is weird, but it's meant to be like that. Yeah, exactly. It's it's like done in a way which is expressive, which I really, really like. Captain Doctor, what are you doing? Stop spamming a chat, or I'm putting you on a timeout. Caravaggio is very controversial. Quite an interesting life story. Yeah, this is it. Like, I'm surprised I haven't done a video on him yet. His life is fascinating, so I'm gonna have to consider that. I saw David, and it was incredible. Yes, it really is. Like, everyone should have a chance to see Michelangelo's David in person whenever possible because it's incredible. It really is. Julian says, "Congrats on the milestone." Thank you very much. Um, I'm gonna have to call this. I'm gonna have to call this short in about 5 minutes or so. By the way, because my back is seriously killing me. Akaisa, you just joined my. You just became a member. Holy shit, dude! Thank you. You are literally my best friend. You know that. You can't beat the AI art by creating three-dimensional art. AI can't create materials art. Materials artists will be the next big art movement. Who knows? Interesting point. Oh, the button got stuck. Oh, sorry about that. That happens sometimes, mate. You're doing great work with your channel. Really top-notch stuff. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Captain Doctor, dress up like Sailor Mars. I don't know who's say. Oh, is that? Is that? That sounds very anime. Is that from Sailor Moon by any chance? God, that show! My God, that takes me back. Did anyone watch Toonami as a kid, or is that just a British show? like British television network, because I used to watch Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon back to back when I was a kid. God, that really takes me back. Wow. What a show that was. Sailor Venus, Sailor Mercury, Sailor Mars. Yeah, what a show. I will make him do a cosplay stream. Don't worry, guys. Not a chance. No, don't encourage him, Captain. Don't encourage him. I'm not doing that. I need to lose weight first. Yeah, was it a 90s show, Sailor Moon? God, I feel old. Dragon Ball Z was the best. It was like one of those shows you'd watch as a kid and you just feel like a badass watching it, you know? You feel like, I don't know, you just feel really tough whenever you'd watch it. Sailor Mars needs to lose weight. Yes, she does. Enough wine says it's time. Yeah, I'm gonna be going soon. But wow, I never thought I would end this chat talking about Sailor Moon. And you've made me really interested in watching it again now. Okay, real talk though. If you're an artist and you're worried about AI art, for the love of God, just if you find a way to stand up against it and just at least stand your ground a little bit more, do it. Don't be too passive. Like, you know, we've seen this happen time and time again with other things. You know, we've seen almost every business you could ever imagine, you know, struggle over the years. We've seen what could happen, basically. And I, you know, just being the person I am, I'm someone who wants to protect it as much. You know, we must protect, we must protect art. So if you're someone who's creative, and you're worried about it, just stand your ground, you know, and give these businesses out there a reason, a really valid, viable reason to say no to AI art. That's my advice. But other than that, thank you so much again for 150,000 subs. Really appreciate it. Thank you to my bandmates for joining. That was a nice surprise. And um yeah, thank you again for joining me tonight. I know it's Friday evening and I know that we've probably all got things to do, but the fact that you guys wanted to hang out with me, that means a lot. So thank you very, very much. And yeah, this was fun. I like doing live streams. I'm gonna work out a way of doing it more. Oh my god, guess my live stream didn't cut out tonight. Hey! Is this a good omen? I think it's a good omen. This is good. I think this is giving me encouragement to do more live streams. So yeah, hopefully see you guys in the next one. Uh keep being creative out there. And I'll see you guys in the next video real soon. I should be doing a voiceover next week, hopefully. The script's very nearly finished now. It's just one of those scripts where I'm liaising with the artist, so it's gonna take a while, but it's good in the long run. Like, it's actually perfect because it means that I've got the ultimate source of information. You know, I'm talking to the artists themselves, so there's absolutely no way I'll get any facts wrong. Oh my god, there's actually someone called Sailor Mars in the chat who just said Sailor Mars. Welcome, Sailor Mars. We were just talking about you and your short skirt. Anyway, bye everyone. Have a great weekend. I'll see you in the next chat soon. I'm gonna lie on my bed and die of back pain, but I'll see you guys real soon. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Take care, everyone.